listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
The other day I was discussing about absence reasons, absence certifications, absence plans. We have done till here. We have to do these things. We have not done repeating them. We have not done these things. When we talk about drive factors, what is the drive factor? Well, length of service age and service compensation hours per full time equivalent. Length of service age and service compensation hours per full time equivalent. Length of service, the drive factor means what? Drive factors means like age, what is the age you have, what is the length of service that you have, what is the age and service you have compensation, you have hours worked, you have full time appearance. Mean drive factors like what is the length of service you are in the company. When you create a drive factor for that, drive factors means name means what? Right here as US underscore drive factors. Units you can write here as days, human age to use like persons first person, spouse or inherited persons, like you are calculating the person's age. That means what is the age when he is serving the company in that company. Calculation formula to greater than equal to age. Greater than or equal to age less than age 18. I am just writing the opposite of greater than or equal to age 18 and here it will be 30. As of event, save and close. This is the drive factors I have created. On the basis of age, that means a person should be between 80 and 32 years of age. Go to length of service. Length of service is what create. What is the length of service on which the employee is serving in the company? I am writing here the length of service drive factors. You know to measure days greater than years of. Suppose I am in 5 years, 4 years of service or 5 years of service in the organization. Length of service less than 2 years of service. I don't have 2 years of service in the company. Less than or just reverse. The whatever is you are like putting in that length of service. Here started formula data of higher determination rule as of event date. That you underscore the drive factor save and close. This is the way. Length of service less than should be 5 and greater than 2. I am just writing the opposite. Yes, I am just writing the opposite here. Greater than equal to length of 2. Less than less of service is 5. That means minimum. The person has to serve 2 years of service and less and more than 5 years of service. later than equal to age of service. That you can write 4 and less than a 3 greater than equal to age and service. 4 and less than age and service. 3. Now again you write oh, I've clicked on this one. Can composition, and this is the way you create. There's two things you create. This is the way we create absence drive factors. Now going to eligibility profiles. Create participant profile. Now profile, you just can't do anything. It can be benefits checklist, compensation, global goals, management, performance, personal grant. Whatever it is that it can be anything. It can be global profile. You said you can get right here as performance benefits. You can write here benefits. Any assignment to use. You can write here as legal employer status, active gender. You can write here gender 1, gender female. You can write here what is the LGBT profile. Suppose I can say that she should be a female, or else I can write employment details like click on the assignment state or assignment category that she should be full-time regular person. Go to sequence 1 and write here as full-time regular contractor. He should be an employee full-time. On the basis of employment, it can be great. Suppose he's holding the post of a director. This is the profile. Suppose he's holding in the position. He's holding the position of a marketing manager. Payroll. He's working on a full-time employee on a monthly pay, not on the weekly payroll. This is the LGBT profile that we can create. Now the system. You have understood the right practice. LGBT profile is everywhere. It is in goals and performance management. I will teach you. It is in goals and performance management also. It is in absences also. It is in payroll also. Now create repeating time periods. Right here is the repeating time periods. Timcard. Period type is monthly. Period is calendar month. Period start date. You can write here as 30th and period end date. You can write here 30th. Sorry, period started 1. Repeating time period is what? Repeating time period, you can write here January 1 and end of December. And this can be used period. You can use repeating time period in which you can. You can use that thing with which time period you are using that thing. That means it is an annual period. It is a monthly period. It can be a domestic period. It can be any period. Right. I have created a period type as monthly, weekly, yearly. I have created a yearly period actually. It is a year time period. But I want to make it as a sample start date. Suppose sample start date is January 1 and monthly. And period start date will be fine 1. Monthly. It can be like 1 to January, June. Make it as June. You can see we just started period and date. This is the way we can use the time period. Repeating time period. This is the reason we can use this repeating time period in other options also. This is the way we are using. With this we finish. One more thing. The topic is left. We finish with the major topics of app sales is curve, shift pattern, managing work shift. Work shift is what? When we talk about work shift is like when we are shifting the. When we are having the work shift, that means if the workers are having the work shift or not. That means if workers are having the work shift. That means working from 9 to 5. Shift pattern or not. Workers are working from that time period or not. Workday pattern is what, like suppose from Monday to Friday the worker is available. That is called workday pattern. Work schedule is what? The combination of shifts and patterns. That means from 9 to 5 to 9 to 5. Monday to Friday 9 to 5. That is called work schedule. First we create work shift. Then we create work patterns and then we create work schedules. And manage work schedule assignment is what when you assign that work schedule to a particular worker. That is the thing. When I say work schedule, manage work schedule. 1. Absences to my client group absences. Huh. I think condition. Manage. It's not there in the factory. This is the work schedule. Now work scale before creating work schedule. It will ask for patterns and it will ask for shifts, actually shifts and patterns. I have not created because in this logging you cannot find shift and patterns. I cannot find shift and patterns are not there. Just a second. We'll take care of the console. You can see here 8-hour shift, night shift, all these things are shift. Now create night shift as US underscore, suppose morning shift. I can write here as morning shift, code those hours and one time shift. I can write here as time start time is 9:39 am to 10 o'clock. Oh, This is a timesheet. I'm just going to one. I have created one time shift right now for that morning shift at 9 to 6 kVTC. 30-hour shift 9 to 3 p.m. morning shift. This is the shift. Shift after shift, you are going to create a pattern. And then what you're going to create is shift and pattern the shift if it is. Sorry, how do I shift this? Shift is what shift is. I'm working from 9 to 6 p.m. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm working. And pattern is what pattern is. From 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. From pattern is like Monday to Friday. I'm working from Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday, 9 to 6 p.m. This is the pattern. Then comes the work schedule. Work schedule is what you are from the combination of work patterns and work patterns, work shifts and patterns, work shift and patterns, right? This is the way you do it. Shift is 9 to 6 p.m. Pattern is 1 to Friday 9 to 6 to work schedule. Combination of workshops and patterns, right? Got it. First you create a shift, then you create a pattern, and then you create a work schedule. I can have as you don't want. One pattern is Monday to Friday, another pattern. I can say from Tuesday to Saturday, another pattern. Very good. I say excellent. This is the way you do it. Monday to Friday, Thursday to Sunday, Friday to Saturday, Monday to like whatever is the pattern, but timing can also be different. But you have to attach this shift to patterns. And work schedule. You have to attach the shift and pattern to work schedules. Shifts and patterns. I have another question. No, then you can. You have to create shifts patterns, then work schedules. Shifts and patterns. Then work schedule will be attached to work schedule patterns, right? You got my point. What I got it. Work schedules, work day, patterns and schedule. When it works, schedule assignment administration is what? Most of the things are not there actually. It is not there when the instance comes. Now I will show you the. It will take only 5 minutes because I don't have the instance today. I cannot show it to you. Now coming to, I will show this when the instance comes. I don't have the instance today. This year 3 years. Absence payment rate rule. Calculate payment to the equivalent qualifications absence period. Final rate definitions is what? When you calculate the absence payment rate rule. That means when you call calculating the rate of the calculations. That means rate definitions means like they are calculating the payment rate with which the payment has been calculated. Final balance payment rate rule. That means calculate the payment of accrues when plan participation ends partial dispersal. Calculate payment when paying out part of the accrual balance. Liability booking rate. Calculate the cost of workers' accrual balance to determine their availability. Calculate payment to accrual qualifications absence period. That means when you're talking about absence payment rate rule, how are you going to calculate the rate rule of the candidate? Calculate the payment and absence at qualifications absence period. Final balance payment rate rule. This is a PIV of accruals when plan participation ends. That means when you plan participation ends, partial person rate tool is a catalyst payment when paying out part of the accrual balance. That means when you are shifting that part of the accrual balance you're sharing with others, that is called partial payment disbursement rate rule. Suppose my accrual balance is 80 days. From 80 days, I am giving 40 days to some other person. It is translated as partial disbursement breakthrough. Library booking rate is what calculates the cost of workers' accrual balance to determine employees' livelihood. That means if I have a worker's accrual balance is 80 days, 90 days, 100 days. Out of 100 days, I can give 50 days to some other person. No, sir. Balance to determine employee liability. That means employee liability, like if you want to share that liability to some other else. I am confused with this actually. I have actually doubt on this. I have to check out. Absence payment rate to calculate payment during accrual qualifications access period. Calculates payment during absence and qualification access period means when you are calculating the payment during accrual and qualification absence period. That means what is the payment of that in that accrual period? What is the payment you are getting in that aged mix? In that clean up period, what is the qualification? What is the move on title rate? What is the final pay balance payment to calculate the payment of approval when plan participation ends? When the plan participation ends. When the plan participation ends means like when the approval plan ends. What is the payment of approvals? You can calculate the payment of approvals when plan participation. This is called final balance payment rule. See, these are all rate definitions. Rate definitions are what? Many how to calculate the rate, the payment rate. It can be flat amount. It can be anything when you calculate it. How can you calculate the rate amount according to that? These are things we have discussed. The 6 types of assessments we have discussed approval qualifications. No entitlement agreement, compensatory donation comes if you have not done. I will tell you. Compensatory plans are key when your employees are required to work excess hours out of their regular work schedule. Employees are work. It's often required to work excess hours outside the work. If their account, if you are able to work apart from the work schedule, such as overtime hours, hours worked on a holiday, these excess hours can be converted to earned compensatory time of also earned time instead of monetary compensation. When you are working excess hours out of your regular work schedule, suppose my work schedule is 20 hours and I'm working 30 hours. For 10 hours extra, I'm working overtime hours. That is called compensatory. Create actions plan of this time to track out earned compensatory time that can be used for time off. A compensatory time is offered as a compensation for working outside of the regular work schedule. The work patterns. Work schedule is like 9:15 to 10:15 work schedule, morning to Monday to Friday. This is the work shift and back that pattern and work schedule. When is the worker available? Instead of paying him overtime employed and create a policy to give him paid time off. That means create an absence plan of this time to track on compensatory time that can be used for time off. Compensatory time is offered as a compensation of working outside the regular work schedule. That means after the 10-10 qualifications plans compensatory time. Suppose 10 is there. She's working for 20 hours. She's 30 hours, 10 hours. You can give that time as a compensatory time off. Right? Is this donations? What are donations? Options to define compensatory plans can figure the following. When you create a compensatory plan equality policy of your enterprise, that means on time, exploration, planability, enrollment and termination resting period, plan limits. On time, expiration means like when you are talking about earn time, that means plan equity enrollment and termination vesting period, plan limit. This is the way you create a compensatory plan. You can go on the screen. Go to absence, participation. What is participation plan? This bus we covered. Select a liquidity profile I have just created right on here. Select your own. Waiting period, you can write 5 working days. You have to work right. You have to wait for 5 working days. Plan rows are what? Resting rule. Next period, last period, none. Next period, last period. Duration is 10 days. Resting period is what? Resting period and waiting period. Resting period is what when you are talking about. You can wait in that. I have told you that day now other than the other day. But that day you expect resting time. It was something like duration of what to say, something was directed. Service period, some duration was the duration of the period. That means resting period is like enough. Period. That means what time you have to wait for that to get the approval plans right. It can be anything. Duration is 10 days. Levity and plan, no limit. Flat amount. UAM is calendar day ceiling. That means what is the difference between ceiling and carryover? What is the ceiling? I think it is ceiling you that. How many max maybe? Suppose I give that I have 10 balances and 10, that you can take 22 leaves in a year. I can take 22 leaves in a year. I can take 22 leaves in a year, but out of 20 leaves out of 22 leaves, I took only 10 leaves. put a ceiling on that. On the top of that, it put a ceiling that means after I will. That means resting rule is what suppose after 30 calendar days we can use that leaves. That is called resting rule. Suppose I can make it as 110 duration. After 10 days we can use that leaves. That is called resting period. We will get leaves, but we will not be able to use these. Waiting period is like suppose if I gave a 30 days, within that 30 days you will get the leaves. You will get the leaves, but we will not be able to use that leaves. Ceiling is what ceiling is like. Like 22 leaves are given, right? My company policy is like 30 leaves you can take in a year. You cannot take not more than 30 leaves you can take. Like 22 leaves you can take in a year, and like that is the thing. And the 22 but ceiling 30. My company policy is like 30 leaves you can take in a year, but you can put a ceiling on that. That is called ceiling, and carry over is what you can carry forward. Carry over the leaves. That means 32 leaves you are getting. Maximum you can carry. If you have balance of 32, only 10 leaves you can carry over. No, it depends on the company policy how. It depends on how you, as a functional consultant, how you configure that thing. 10 leaves you can carry forward. 10 leaves you can carry forward and 22 leaves you can take. 10 leaves you can take. You can set up like that how many leaves you can carry forward. 10 leaves you can carry forward. That's all for today. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.